it's me again. So I'm coming to you with a very small, short book haul. Are you shocked? You're not. So the first book that I have to show you, I don't have any waffle to give you. I think that's because I got all my waffle out on the first video that I shot. But the first book is Tales of Mystery and Imagination by Edgar Allan Poe. Look at this little cute edition. Isn't it so sweet? So I picked this up. I used to have this in a fake leather book, but I donated it. I had it since I was a teenager. I think I got it from the works. And I read a couple of the stories, but I wanted to pick this up because I've got some ideas of a few things I want to do this year, and it does include horror. So I thought I'd start. Well, I have quite a few older. I mean, it doesn't have to be older books to be all fair, but I wanted to pick this up to go with some of the books that I've already had for the idea that I've got going. It's just a self-learning thing, really, nothing too exciting, but I'm particularly interested in reading The Murders at the Rue Morgue. That's particularly why I bought this. And yeah, it's really cute condition considering I got it secondhand. So yes, very excited to have it, reread some of it. It's got the Telltale Heart in it, which I know very well. Well, not like, I can't quote it, but I know it. The next book I have is North and South by Elizabeth Gaskell. I've seen the film with Richard Armitage a long time ago, and I picked this up because I'm spreading myself nice and thin this year because I'm assuming we're still not going to be getting out too much this year. That said, I don't really go out that often anyway, but I'm interested in reading fiction from all eras about North and South of England, especially the North with the industrialism. So I'm particularly interested to read Elizabeth's take on that. So I will be trying to find some more books that kind of deal with the North and South, and also as not a byproduct, but also along with that, classism, especially from an England-based perspective. It's not that I don't care about other countries, but I'm particularly interested in learning that kind of history before I move on. And I know there's quite a few non-fiction books out there that discuss it, and hopefully that'll be something I'll look at later. But I am interested in it from a fiction point of view and from the author's point of view from different time periods. So we are starting with North and South. That was a bit of a waffle. I apologise. Kind of came off a bit angry there, didn't it? But it's because I was struggling to get my words out, and it pisses me off. The next book I have is Census, a novel by Jess or Jessie Ball, I don't know. This is an ex-library book all the way from Dublin, so woo, and it's gorgeous. I love how it's laid out. So this follows a father and son who take a job going up and down the country, and very remote, and they're taking a census of people, and the towns are just marked with letters, so they end up going through like the end town being Z, and it feels like it might be a character piece. The father is, I believe, what does it say about the father? I think it says that he doesn't have long to live. That's right there in the synopsis. I can't say that it's a spoiler. And his son has Down syndrome, and he's trying to find out who will care for his son after he's gone. But by taking this job as a censor and going up and down the country, he starts kind of coming across lovely people that don't trust him, and there seems to be something dodgy about the censor itself. So I'm quite excited to pick it up. I have no idea how I heard about it. I honestly think I was just on the secondhand book shop that I use, and I read the synopsis and I thought, yeah, that sounded really good, so I picked that up as well. The next book I picked up was not a recommendation. She didn't recommend it so much. She was talking about it on her channel. Oh, what's her channel? It's Jean from Scotland, from Edinburgh. I can't remember. But anyway, I love watching Jean's videos. And she was talking about some books, and she mentioned Going Postal by Terry Pratchett. I have never read any Terry Pratchett books, and I don't mind admitting that to you. But hearing Jean talk about the synopsis of this, about, you know, a bad guy who's been like, right, well, okay, let's bring that down a bit. Okay, so your choices are off with his head, or you need to go and run the postal service. And I was like, do you know what? That just sounds so good, so hilarious, so whimsical. The fact that his name is Moist is really on point. I don't like the word moist, but maybe that was the point. So I got this secondhand, and I love it. I love the fact that it's got stamps in it. I would like to think it's a Discworld book. Sorry if I didn't make that clear. I'm very excited to read it, and I'd hope that I get to it soon. I'm looking for a bit of, what's the word? Not lightheartedness, because I'm sure it touches on some deep things, because Terry Pratchett was such a clever man. Probably a little bit too clever for me as a reader, but whatever. You don't learn if you don't read. So I'm really looking forward to getting this. I'm kind of working on some, like, again, some hobbies of reading. There's some certain books that I've tasked myself with reading, and this might be just what I need to break it up. Sorry, the dog is having a moment over there. She's trying to live her best life. It's just not going well. So I'm very excited to read this. Aren't we all excited to read them? That's the problem, isn't it? I was excited to read all of these books. That's why I bought them. They're just still waiting, and I'm just as excited. And the last book I bought was actually a new book. Now, I don't normally buy new books, but I was given a £5 discount. So I don't know why, but I was. So I bought The Silence of Bones by June Her. This I have seen on YouTube. YouTube really can, for me anyway, open my eyes to new books. At the same time, it can also show me the same book over and over again. So you have to diversify your who you're watching, I think. Not any shade on anyone that talks about the same books. They're popular books. People want to talk about the popular books, and I think this was one of them. And I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to getting to it. So we follow a woman who works at the police bureau. She's been tasked with assisting a well-respected young inspector with the politically charged investigation into the murder of a noblewoman. And I believe she's not allowed to look at anybody. And it does say, I have a mouth, but I mustn't speak, ears, but I mustn't hear, eyes, but I mustn't see. I heard such good things. And okay, so going back to what I said at the beginning about not buying any more books, that's not true. I have got a list of books that people have recommended and I really want to read. This was the first one, because a lot of them are brand new, and I tend not to buy brand new books, as I've mentioned. No particular reason. I just don't. I find them expensive. I'm such a cheapskate, and I have to be, you know. But this one, I had to have anyway, and because I think it was a while before it came out in paperback. I don't mind hardbacks. You can see I've had a couple of hardbacks, but I find paperbacks easier to read. But this one's so small and cute, so I'm very excited, as I said. And I like how the pages are quite floppy, very floppy. I love floppy pages. But yeah, so that is just my small haul, and I say my small haul because I have, since my last haul, I've got quite a few books that I haven't. I mean, I got bought Howl's Moving Castle for Christmas, and then I ended up buying the second two in the series. I bought a lot of Ben Okri's books, or Okri, sorry Ben. You know, I bought some poetry books. I got the Furies, although I bought that because it was £1, and now I'm like hearing some really rubbish shit about it, and I'm like, oh, I wasted my money. I know it's only £1, but so I've got that. I rebought one of my Terry Brooks books because the book I had was like massive, so I donated that to charity and bought it in a paperback. I bought Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I did. I bought Lord of the Rings. I don't know why I didn't include that, but it's right here. So you all know what Lord of the Rings looks like. So the Fellowship of the Ring. I beg your pardon. I do have a massive hardback with all the books in, and Gollum is guarding them that my brother gave me, but it's too big for me to sit down and read comfortably. It's nice to have as a collector's piece. I picked that up as well. Yeah, I really have bought loads. But you know my unhaul that I did the other day, if you watched my video, if you didn't watch it, I did an unhaul the other day. That was one bag out of three bags full to the brim. I had somebody, I posted them for free on a website and said, free to collector. No, I'm not posting it, you must collect. Yeah, I had someone contact me and got the bags ready. And while I was there, threw a few more in. I was like, I'm not going to read those, not going to read those. So yeah, hopefully she likes them. But yeah, so that's it really. That's my waffle. And yeah, I'll leave you to it. And I don't know if I'm going to post this video because it sounds a bit shit, but we'll see. Take care.